Did you hear the story of Sarah Briars? She survived a murder, smallpox and fires. She was born in the place where Vancouver would be in the year 1873. The orphan Sarah Briars. When she was still a child, Sarah worked as a maid for scant room and board. That is how she was paid. She worked in a brothel on Water Street. She saw many things that no children should see. The orphan Sarah Briars. In the year 1886, the CPR railway was up to their tricks. The debris they left behind started a fire. Flames from the inferno grew higher and higher. They raced towards Sarah Briars. She was saved by her sister, Mary Ann. She ran and took Sarah by the hand. There is only one thing that from fire protects. They dived into the inlet right up to their necks. Mary Ann and Sarah Briars. So many folks were unlucky that day. That fire swept all of Vancouver away. Mothers and fathers, husbands and wives lost their possessions, their homes and their lives, but not lucky Sarah Briars. In the wake of the firework was harder to find. They found jobs with a man who was cold and unkind. In a place that was called the Alhambra Hotel, they worked until poor Mary Ann did fall ill. "What's the matter?" cried Sarah Briars. "Oh, sister," Mary Ann did cry. "Don't touch me, I pray, for I'm going to die." She'd gotten the smallpox, her boss he knew, grabbed her by the hair in a storeroom he threw. The sister of Sarah Briars. It changed her forever when Mary Ann died. Sarah hardened her heart, though she suffered inside. With the Klondike gold rush the prospectors poured in. She found work at a bar selling whiskey and gin. The ill-fated Sarah Briars. On a cold April night a man entered the bar. He ordered a whiskey, he traveled so far. He told her his tale, he had lived here before. His wife died, left 2 daughters, but he walked out the door. This stranger told Sarah Briars. This cold-hearted man had the name of John Bray. He'd left both his children and just walked away. In Raglan, Ontario, started anew. He'd found him a wife, but now he left her too. The stranger told Sarah Briars. "Oh, do you remember your 2 daughters' names? It was so long ago, and I'm scarcely to blame. The oldest was Mary Ann, I recollect. There was also a baby she swore to protect. John Bray," he told Sarah Briars. The clouds and the rain hid all trace of the stars as drunken prospectors poured out of the bars. Sometime before midnight or so, people say, the last man at the bar was the drunkard John Bray, and also Sarah Briars. She stared at the man who'd left so long before. Then she followed as John Bray walked out of the door. When she got outside, something clicked in her head. Sarah raised her revolver and shot John Bray dead, the father of Sarah Briars. Took him 3 weeks to die, then they found him by chance on the floor of a shack in a Vancouver ranch. The lead from the bullets seeped into his brain. They were a rank poison, they sent him insane. The father of Sarah Briars. She fled to the Klondike, but when it was done, she returned from the land of the midnight sun. When she went for a drink at the old sunny side, they charged her with murder, and for murder was tried the fugitive Sarah Briars. On November 20th, 1903, I was hanged by the neck near New Westminster Quay. But I was born here in Gastown I'll stay. I'll tell you my story if you walk my way, the story of Sarah Briars.